And first of all, I want to pay tribute to Natasha O'Brien and to Blondet Rally for speaking out about the violent crime that was perpetrated against them, and in Natasha's case, the injustice that she endured in our court system. I have to say I was disbelieving when I heard the court decision, first of all, but I was so angry afterwards, as were so many women throughout this country. But unfortunately, Natasha isn't the only one who did not get justice in our court system. And we need to see improvements in a lot. There have been some, and I will acknowledge there are some improvements in relation to gender-based violence and support services for them, but they're not moving fast enough. For example, there are still 9 counties in this country without a refuge. 2 of those counties are Cavan and Monaghan, the 2 that I represent. Our court system needs immediate reform. The sentences being handed down are not acting as a deterrent to this type of behaviour. And I'm regularly contacted by women who are living in fear of a court decision. Violent former partners are frequently granted unsupervised access to their children. And mothers have informed me that their children are crying, they're begging not to be sent on the visit with the father. They're anxious for days leading up to it. But if the mother does not send the child, they are the ones found to be in contravention of a court order. Mothers have told me that maybe a toddler has been left in a dirty nappy for the day, children not being properly fed, psychological abuse. The court decisions need to be child-centred. It must be about what's best for the child. A child has a right to see a parent. A parent does not have a right to see a child if that's not in the best interest of the child. I've been told by women in certain parts of the country that if they need, for example, to go to the family law court, it could be an extension to a barring order, and they find out that a certain judge is presiding that day, they don't bother, because the judge always sides with the man. And I'm not talking about the judge in Limerick, I am talking about a different part of the country. And this is happening throughout. So there needs to be a more robust and accessible complaints procedure and some sort of oversight of decisions in this case. Rape victims are not reporting the rape in many cases as they feel they will not get justice. The fact that the victim of the rape must testify and the person accused of rape has a choice, and they still have access to a victim's notes from a counselling session. That's totally unfair, and the time it's taken to bring these cases to court is far, far too long. Thank you, Chairperson.